Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. And there's the spelling. That way, if you want to find this artist, something else they've done, or this deck, that's how you do that. For the supportive oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen. You know, the same thing. That way you can see the creators, artists. And if you want that information to find them or their work, that's what I got for you. All right, Capricorn. Put those there. I don't know if we're going to get more of those in a minute, but we'll find out. Capricorn. What do we got going on for Capricorn? The first just quick look, it doesn't seem that big a deal. I feel like it's going to go well for you. But let's see what's going on. You got two face down cards on your side. We'll see why that is soon enough. Okay, so going into whatever it is you're dealing with, I find this very interesting. You've got impatience with the Emperor on your side. It's you got the Nine of Pentacles in the environment, which is not bad. It's a good energy for Capricorn, but I feel like this is a great example where just because it's Earth doesn't mean you're okay with it. It's kind of like a stereotypical thing is like, you know, all Earth signs should get along with each other, but sometimes they don't, because, you know, there's more than just the sun sign going on. You got the moon sign, the rising sign, you got these other things going on. The point I'm trying to make is, like, the situation is dependable, and it's technically going well, but the way it's being played out, you're like, I don't like this or I don't like that. It's almost kind of like, you know, the house is being built, it's being built on time, and it's being built with quality products, but you're just like, that's not the design I really want. That's not really shaping up the way I thought it would. It may be technically correct, but, you know, the way it's facing, even though we decided that ahead of time, I'm starting to see like that's not exactly what I was hoping to work out here. It's right on plan, but you're like, this is not, it's not working out the way I want. It's not the style I want. I thought it was going to be okay because everything else was going to be on plan, but it's really not working the way I want it to. I'm not seeing this shape up the way I thought it would. And it's the impatience with it is telling me, like, it's on plan, it's going the way it technically is supposed to, but you're like, I don't like where it's going, I don't like where I see it's going, this is not where I actually thought it was going to end up, and I'm feeling like there needs to be adjustments, but I just don't feel that that's really something I can do right now. The impatience is saying maybe it needs more time to come forward, but you're not happy with it. I'm just getting you're not happy with it. Even though things are on point, just the way it's coming together, you're like, I don't like the way this is coming together. It's just not how I thought it would be. It's not how I thought it would feel. It's like going on vacation and then you end up at your destination and you're like, I thought I would enjoy this more. And you're like, it's just not, it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. It's one of those feelings. It's like everything worked out the way it was supposed to. I just don't like it like I thought I would. Going into the next part here, you got two face down cards. Five of Cups and the Princess of Swords, which don't get caught up in the gender, but what I'm getting here is that it's bothering you. And the ability to change is here. But it's also kind of like, I don't know, you want to be okay with it, but you're not. You want to change, but you don't at the same time. It's kind of interesting to me. You're trying to think it out. And I feel like this is more of an internal thing. I think that's why these are face down, actually. And you weren't expecting to really feel this way, but you're trying to, like... I feel like you're trying to give somebody else the ability to change things. Because this is really uncomfortable for you, is what I'm getting. It's really uncomfortable because you're kind of like, we put so much into this. There's been so much to make this happen. I don't really like how it's turning out. It didn't work out the way I thought it would. I kind of want to change, but there's so much we put into it. I kind of want to change, but there's a lot behind, and it's very kind of like I don't know. I don't know. Again, this is face down. You're going in. I don't feel like you're really talking about this with other people because you're like, I don't want people to get the wrong idea and start doing. I don't want people to run wild with this information. I just want to mull it over myself for a while and really get a foothold about how I really feel, because it's kind of like I didn't expect to want to change, but like there's so much invested here. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I want to do just yet. And there's going to be this moment where you just legitimately don't know what you want to do just yet. The Fool comes in the environment. It's kind of like possibilities are around you. It doesn't seem to make it any easier, which I find very interesting. It's kind of like, yeah, you have the ability to change this or change that, or maybe, for example, if you were building a house, everything's on point, the quality materials, it's on schedule. This is coming in saying you have the ability to sell this during production, which you were not expecting. Somebody's like, oh, I would love this house. And they're like offering to pay everything you've put into it already. They're offering to buy you out of it to where you wouldn't, they'd make up for anything you've already spent and buy the situation off of you. And you're like, I wasn't expecting that to happen. But at the same time, you're like, I do like the location. I just don't like the house. And you're like, we put so much into this. I don't know if I like. It's kind of like we've gone so far. We've waited. Like we have it on track. It's going along as it should be. But even though I don't really like how it's shaping up, do I really want to give it up? It's a big thing. And there's options, like somebody saying, I'm willing to buy this. I'm willing to take this off your hands if you'd like me to, and I'll pay you what it's worth. So monetarily, you would be breaking even. You'd be fine. But you're kind of like, but all that time I put into it. You're like, I don't know. It seems like this is an interesting reading. Now, the gratitude card comes up in the environment here. People seem to be giving you time to make a decision. People seem to be like working with you, and like it seems to be. It's weird to me that it's kind of going your way. Other people are reacting at this point kind of how you need them to. They're backing off and letting you think it out the way you want to think it out. But still, you're kind of in this conundrum, like, you're realizing, like, I need to make a decision. Either keep it and stick with it, or relinquish it and move on to something else. But it's like neither path is making you feel really good. And you're like, I don't know what way to go. I really don't know if I want to go into something new. But I really don't know if I want to stick with what I got. But I have a lot invested with what I've already got. But it would take a lot of work to get invested into something else. And I feel like I'm starting back at square one. Although I have a better chance of getting maybe something I want down the road. Like, it's not an easy. You got impasse here at this point. Like, you're having a moment here where you just literally can't make a decision. It's like really bothering you. It's hard. Are you going to stick with it or give it up? That's the question. Because it's like, it's really weighing on you. Like, I could go either way. You've got the Eight of Pentacles. It's telling me this is an Eight of Pentacles moment in the sense of, like, this is the moment where you either have to dive head first into, like, whatever you already have. If you're going to decide to keep it, it's kind of like, all right, I'm going to get into this, and I'm going to make this a better situation. It may not be exactly what I wanted it to be, but I got to make it better. I got to find a way to kind of recultivate this and actually make it what I want it to be. Or if you're going to let go, like, all right, I'm going to let go, and I'm going to go a different direction, and you're going to completely give into that and be like, all right, I'm going to let it go. And I'm just going to let it be in the past. It's not what I wanted. I thought it was. It's not shaping up the way I need it to. So I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to find something else that actually does make me happy. It's going to be left or right. You have to follow your passion. And I feel like I've said this in other readings. I'm assuming I have on the channel. The best way to look at this, especially for you, if this really is hitting, if I keep it, how do I feel in 2 years? Because if you're going to keep it, you plan to keep it like indefinitely is what I'm getting. How do I feel in 2 years? How do I feel in 5 years if I still have it? How do I feel in 10 years if I still have it? On the other side of the coin, you do the same thing with like, if I let go of it, how do I feel in 2 years? If I let go of it, how do I feel in 5 years? Same thing. How do I feel in 10 years? I feel like that will easily help you understand what the better decision is for you. It'll help you understand what the better decision is. Moving on it is that's your business, obviously. The whole thing's your own business. But that's what I'm feeling needs to happen here. Because it's kind of like, all right, zero in on what your actual passion is. And I really feel like that'll help you figure out what it actually is that you truly do want. How am I going to feel in 2 years? How am I going to feel in 5 years? How am I going to feel in 10 years? Going this path and going that path. I feel like that'll make it very easy for you to decide what you want to do and where you're going to be most happiest. People are just going with, like, nobody seems to be causing you a problem. I feel like people are just like, they're realizing it's in your court. You have to make your decision. I don't see anybody giving you a hard time with this. I really don't. Not at this point, at least. And I'm not even sure they're gonna in the future, quite frankly. Once you make your decision, I'm getting you have a lot of work you're gonna put into it. Capricorn, stereotypically, once you've decided you're gonna do something, I don't feel like the work is an issue. Once you're into it, you're like, well, this is what I want. This is what needs to happen. This is what I'm gonna do. And you just do it. You just make it happen. There's more cards coming. I feel like people will help you. I feel like no matter what way you choose, literally people are going to find it like a lot of work. I do feel that when I'm seeing this Ten of Wands for you, I really do feel like that's support. I feel like there's a lot of support here. I really feel like that's what that is. Now, obviously for those of you who know the tarot, the Ten of Wands isn't usually that kind of type of card. It's usually like a stress thing. But I feel like this is people pulling together and supporting you and supporting whatever decision you make. It's going to take a lot of effort either way, but I'm getting a lot of support, a lot of acknowledging of the effort, a lot of acknowledging it's going to take a lot of effort to make this happen, no matter what way you choose. But you seem to have the support, and I feel like it's a stress card. I get that, but it's acknowledging that it doesn't seem to be daunting you. The last two cards are yours. In the sense of like it's not about what's going on around you, but I'm getting there's definitely gonna be a lot of give and take, and it's all about how you feel about it from that point forward. Whatever way you choose, don't look back, which I feel might be, I don't know, the best. If you choose to keep it, then commit to that, and don't let your mind play with that. What if I had? Don't let your mind go there. Oh, what if I had taken that offer? Don't let your mind do that. Vice versa, if you relinquish this and go a different direction, don't let your mind go, oh, if I had just kept it, where would I be now? Don't look back. Don't let yourself do that. Because perception here with the Six of Pentacles is telling me there's going to be a balance either way. No matter what way you choose, you could always look back and be like, what if I did the other? What if I did that? Where would I be now? How would that have worked out? Perception is saying, don't mess with yourself. Whatever it is, don't look back. Commit to it. Don't look back on the choice. Let the choice go. Commit to the choice. If you want to look back and be like, and this is what I did here, and that's what I did there, and this is what brought me here, but just don't question your choice, because you're going to drive yourself crazy is what I'm getting. Just commit to it. Because no matter what it is, you have to choose either way. You might want to look back at that and be like, well, I could have just kind of let the life choose for me, and then what would I have gotten? Don't look back in the sense of like, don't look back and question your choices in that sense. Like, oh, if I had done this, or because it's going to be a give and take situation with the Six of Pentacles. It's going to be a give and take situation, but you got this. Just be careful. Don't beat yourself up about something because you made a choice. You had to make a choice, and I feel like no matter what way you choose, you'll make good on it. So no matter what way you choose, you're going to make good on it. Just remember that. I hope that helps. All right. I'm going to shut that down there. I hope that helps again. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.